That one wasn't as loud.
Okay.
No, it wasn't
like.
so bad. I was holding my headphones like 3 feet away from me, though.
It just usually like echoes through my skull when I do it that way, and it wasn't quite as loud that time. I feel like,
You know,
maybe I'm just going.
maybe we've
deaf
lost
from...
some hearing.
Yeah.
Is
All
that
right,
why
guys.
it doesn't affect me? Oh, dude.
Yeah. I actually had a real fear of that. I don't know why I just randomly became scared of losing my hearing. I've never worn earplugs before in my life, and then suddenly I saw a 9-year-old playing guitar, and I was like, I have to be in this room for 25 hours with these kids. I'm gonna start wearing earplugs, and I did.
Yeah, I have a
fucking
That's smart.
I have a pair of earplugs on my backpack that I take with me everywhere.
Do you have like a suggestion for ear? I have those really crappy ones that are like. Do you have like a good pair?
The foam ones.
Yeah.
Or you can go to the military
I have-
surplus store because they have a
they're,
ton
like-
lying around in warehouses that they try and pawn off on people. They work. They're very
Take it
good.
from the
Okay.
vet. Take it from the vet.
Yeah.
Because I have like those they're like those crappy like plastic like the orange plastic ones on like a blue string. You know.
I'll send you a link to the ones that I have.
Okay, cool. Because
I
I like
think I-
need like better ones.
Yeah, I think I got them on Amazon and put them on the school's bill when I was working there or something like that. So
Mm. Fun. We like to see it.
listen.
All right, enough stalling, you fucks.
Shit.
What?
I'm
No.
scared.
What? Stalling?
We what did we do?
We
What
killed a
happened
Hydra.
last time?
We killed the Hydra.
Belbin saved a child.
Right,
We
we
did.
saved the kid and we killed the Hydra.
We
Belbin saved the kid,
You-
and we killed the
Belbin
Hydra.
Saved the kid.
And
we
then
got,
Scylla ate the Hydra.
right. We got
I don't know
art,
about that part.
gems, miscellaneous coins.
Oh, we
Uh,
got a Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
Yes. I have the
Genevieve is
Tamagotchi.
trying to salary us, is the last note I have written down.
Oh yeah, sorry. You know, gotta chase the bag, guys. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, gold, man.
She's actively trying to bankroll us.
Right. So yes, you guys fought a hard fight against a gang of lizard folk,
Very scary.
a Hydra who kept regrowing its heads.
How many did it get to? 9?
Yeah, I
9
think it got to
heads?
9 heads at one point.
We're so stupid.
Y'all did not use you guys just like failed your intelligence checks to remember the fire.
Are any of us actually like intelligent?
No, I have the highest
Yeah.
intelligence score. I have it. It's 13.
Yeah, mine's 12. Yeah, you beat it.
It's a sad time for everyone.
Yeah.
I think I'm 12.
Scylla's
Rush
wise.
is
She's
an
not
8,
smart.
So
One of you is gonna like have to go down in a blaze of glory and come back as a smarter character.
Yep. One of us has got to come back as a wizard.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, you guys saved this child. His by the name of Tim Rogers, and also saved the turtle woman the turtle detective Genevieve Coquelevert, who was also taken last minute by this Hydra as you guys camped out on the beach. But we now come back. You guys are tired. It has been a long night. You guys have made your way out of the caves and onto and are making your way back to Drina, and you've decided to mainly to try to get your way to the main guardhouse, the main guard's barracks. So after a hard fought battle with the Hydra, a minor miracle from your halfling companion, you emerge from the cave on the banks of the Morin Lake, tired, damp, and bloody, but victorious. With the small child you saved in Scylla's arms, and the comforting presence of Genevieve close behind, you traverse the shore to the town of Drina. As your small, ragged-looking party walk through the streets, the sun just barely cresting over the horizon. Townsfolk begin to peek out of windows and step out of their homes. Some pulling on clothes, wondering who these people are and why they look so awful after everything that's been going on. And they begin whispering, watching and whispering as you pass by. One small girl, still in her nightdress and holding tight to her mother's skirts, rubbing the sleep from her eyes, points at Scylla and calls out, "It's Timmy! They found Timmy!" The whispers intensify as you push deeper into the town towards the main guard's barracks. "It's the Rogers boy. Is he alive?" "Yes, look, he's breathing. They saved him." As you finally reach the front of the barracks, a full squadron of guards, led by Sergeant Diamante, the guard that Belbin's friend introduced you to earlier, is already awaiting your arrival. The sergeant has his arms crossed, his hair slicked back, and he's got a kind of a smirk on his face. "Well, looks like I gave the information to the right people, huh? What the hell happened to you folks?"
It wasn't fun.
There was a fucking Hydra under the lake.
"I'm sorry, what?"
Yeah, like heads.
Farasha pipes in, 9 heads! And could talk. "I'm sorry, hold on. There hasn't been a Hydra in these parts for thousands of years, at least. Hundreds, maybe. Hundreds of years, thousands, maybe. Are you sure it was a Hydra?"
It tried to fucking kill us. Yes, we're sure it was a Hydra.
Go take a look if you want.
You can
Shit.
probably check the teeth marks on my on my ribs if you really want to.
Fuck. So, excuse my language. Lords, gods above. Well, we're all very grateful to you. I see you found our little missing boy. And it's at that point, you guys notice a small crowd has kind of like accumulated behind you. You guys have kind of led a small parade of townsfolk to the guards barracks, who are kind of like all watching and go, "Oh, it's the," kind of following the returning heroes. And suddenly bursting through this crowd, you hear a slight commotion as 2 individuals push their way to the front. You see 2 people, a half-elven woman with fair skin and straw blonde hair, kind of long and wild, looks like she's barely slept, and a human man, dark skin, salt and pepper hair, and both look harried, exhausted. The woman's eyes are red from tears. The man's eyes are red and puffy as well, but his jaw is set. They burst through, and the woman goes, my boy, Timmy, is he okay?" And she immediately looks to Scylla, and she falls to her knees, just tears streaming down, and just like reaches out to you.
Yeah, so I'll kneel down and like very gently put his body down into her arms and just say, he's going to need a lot of rest, but he's going to be okay.
Oh my God, Timmy. And she's just crying and cradling him and rocking back and forth and just like clutching him to her. And she's like stroking his hair, kissing his forehead all over. You see the man kneel kind of behind her and just rest a hand on her shoulder, and you see him, he is visibly kind of like he's shaken, and he looks at you with tears in his own eyes and says, we thought we'd never see him again. Thank you.
Of course.
We don't have much money, but
No, it is fine. No, we don't want anything.
If there is anything we can do to repay you, You brought our son back to us.
Do you have any pie?
I'm sure I could purchase some. Yes.
I mean, you like pie? Yeah.
Of
Yeah?
course, of course.
Sure.
Whatever
Sure.
you'd
A
like.
pie.
One meal probably fine. Yeah.
Whatever you'd like. And
I'd
he's
say
just,
that's
he just kind of folds in on his wife, and just like they both cradle their son in their arms, and the crowd at that point lets out a rousing cheer for you all. It's just rah! The Rogers, both of them, kind of pick up their son, and they're both just thanking you over and over and over, just saying how grateful they are, and they make their way back through the crowd. And as they do, the crowd begins to disperse, and the guards kind of head back inside. You see Genevieve is talking with Sergeant Diamante, and you kind of overhear, like, I've been waiting for you for a week now. You realize that, right? We got word from the council over a week ago. And you hear her respond, I am sorry, I am a bit naturally slow moving, if you couldn't notice. But I promise we shall have this place looking ship. And he goes, all right, well, I'm going to get my boys inside all ready for your first briefing. And she says, thank you, Sergeant. I appreciate that. Genevieve turns to you all, and she says, well, I believe this entire town owe you all a great debt. I am not sure if there's any amount of gold that can repay you for what you have done today. I mean, you have not only saved my life and the life of that petit garçon, but you have saved the life of every being in this town. And hardly any of them will ever know. But it is the way of your kind, no? True heroes. Doing the right thing, not for praise or recognition, but because somebody has to. Of course, I know that life does not come cheap, but gold is not enough to compensate. Nevertheless, I am in your debt, and if you ever need anything at all, please do not hesitate to seek out my aid, and I will provide whatever these aging bones can provide. But for now, I think some fiscal compensation will have to suffice. She heads into the barracks for a few moments, and after a minute or two, she returns with a small chest. Inside, if you take a look, is 6,000 gold pieces. I hope this will help compensate for the stress you have endured this day. I know it is not enough, but it is what I could gather for your troubles. Merci, mes amis. I cannot say it enough. Thank you.
Thank you. And should you ever need us for anything else, we're around.
I shall definitely keep my tabs on you. I have eyes everywhere. And if you go to most private investigators, they might know my name or where to contact me. So if you happen to find one in town, that will be able to be the best way to get in contact. But I must return inside to whip these boys up into shape.
It's probably a good idea.
She turns to two guards who are kind of milling about, just kind of like, dispersing the crowd. All right, folks, nothing left to see here. She says, you two, go out and tell the dockmasters to open up the lake again. There is no further danger. We need this place open again and shipping out fish. We can't have these fishermen without work for much longer, can we? And they kind of go, I'm sorry, who are you? I am your new captain. And if you do not want to be brought up on charges, I suggest you listen to me post-haste. And they just, okay. Sergeant Diamante? Diamante pokes his head out. Listen to the lady. They dash off, and she heads inside.
Genevieve,
Oh.
real quick.
Yes, of course, Calvin.
There's there's one guy on the guard. His name's Marius. He's kind of a shithead, but I think it's more than anything because he hasn't had anybody to like show him the right way to do things. Probably has a lot in there. I'll leave it to you to actually decide that ultimately, but he just kind of needs reorientation, I'd say, probably.
Well, I do need an assistant. Perhaps.
Yeah, that's great. Just
taking him under my
use and
wing
abuse him.
could.
That's great, but
Perhaps taking him under my wing could prove beneficial for his future.
yeah, and if he doesn't work out in like 3 days, just send him back to everybody else.
Understood. Right. You said his name was Marius?
Yeah, Marius. Pause. Hold. Hold. Nope, I just have Marius written down. Marius.
It's somewhere. It's somewhere.
Marius.
His sister's on she's part of the Sunrise Lodge. She might be of use in trying to sort of get into his head too. So
right, yeah. Her Simone, right. Her brother. Right, all right. Well, I shall make a note of this. And thank you very much. And thank you all again. I cannot say it enough, of course. Right, well, bon chance to you all. And she steps inside. And as the sun crests over the horizon, it is about 5:30 in the morning. You guys are beat
gross.
to hell.
Scylla's just been staring at the chest of gold because she's never seen that much money in her entire life.
we're fucking rich. Gods above, what the fuck do we do now? Retire. We retire forever. Yeah, that's what we do.
I don't even think we need to do anything anymore.
How does this all work? I don't know.
I feel like we don't even
Well,
need to go like do missions anymore. We just go give the man the money and they'll give us our answers.
The man has a magic castle that can
That's
teleport.
true. He does not. He probably doesn't want gold.
Also, there's someone out there who knows things about us. No amount of money is going to make that okay with me. So,
Yes, that's odd.
That's fair, I guess.
It could prove helpful, but it's still rather odd.
But also, for now, we're fucking loaded.
Yes.
Well, I'm guessing you guys maybe make your way back to Belbin's place for a little rest.
Yes.
That would be amazing.
yeah.
Right, well.
Yeah,
you head in. Belbin, is that you, son? She's up and making breakfast already. Well, how did your little appointment go?
We're covered in blood and sea.
Literally disgusting.
Went great, Ma.
Oh, dear Lord! What?
Went great. We're all right. Nothing unusual happened.
She scoops you up like she's a human, so she like scoops you up.
Hello.
And just like you were a baby again, and starts like she grabs like a wet cloth and starts like wiping you down, like wiping your face off of all the blood.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
Poor
Thank
boy.
you.
Oh,
Your
poor little
son
lad.
pulled off a miracle.
A
It was
miracle?
like-
Very amazing.
it was incredible. So it turns out there was a hydra under the lake.
A
stealing
hydra, and
people.
she drops you out of shock. Just
And I regale the whole tale of what happened, and I like played up really big for how Belbin pulled off this miracle and saved this child. And
Scylla's doing sound effects behind to like really get it.
she lays out a huge breakfast of bacon, eggs. She's got some fruit. There's some sausages. There's hash browns. She's got a little fruit salad as well. She just lays out this huge breakfast for you guys. And is just listening, and she says,
oh, I haven't even got to the best part. Scylla, show the chest.
Oh yes. So like just probably I'm assuming it's probably struggling to like tug this chest.
It's a good
Like,
sized chest. It's about like this big, you know? It's about like that big, I'd say.
I
Like someone handed us
help
a
with my
duffel bag
foot a
full of
little bit.
money.
Yeah, really.
I love that the first thing this woman did when she got her new job was like, let's empty out the coffers for these people.
If you had bothered to ask, she would have told you that she emptied out half of the ransom fund.
Holy crap.
Shit.
Jesus.
We each got it was 6,000, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah, 1,500 for 4.
1,500. Okay.
Yep, 1,500 per. Everyone gets 1,500 GP if you split it up equally. But yeah,
inventory.
your mother is shocked. She is just like mouth agape.
So rich.
I've never seen that much money
That's
Right?
what I said.
entire life. Oh my God, Belle, Belly boy. Oh my
know what
sweet
to do with
little
it.
bell. Oh my little ringing bell of joy. And she just starts covering you in kisses. I am so proud of you. It's at this point that you hear a rough, gravelly voice from the doorway. Well, what's all this then?
Hi,
And
Pop.
you see your father standing tall at a full 3'9".
Towering over me.
Yeah, a full 3'11". 3'11", just
It's 13 inches taller than Belle.
yeah. He is a taller halfling, towering, standing full height, bandage still around his midriff, but that you put on him, but looking 10 times better than he did the last time you saw him, which was just a day ago.
Well,
Me boy,
someone looks all right.
and you look like shite on a stick.
All right, listen. I'm being generous with you here. Just saying, old man.
What's all this I hear about miracles and gold?
Well, this, Yvain, you pick up the chest a little bit for me here.
Yeah.
This would be considered probably
You
both
just
of those
chonk
things.
it down on the floor in front of him. He just like he steps forward, and he kind of like he tries to lean over, and he goes, "Ugh," and he bends at the knee. He just kind of like sticks his hand in, kind of like moves the gold around a little bit, picks one up, bites it, sets it down. A miracle.
I don't know
Yeah.
what else you'd call that much money.
He steps up to you, and he's just like, and he squares up to you. He squares up like, you know.
But
He looks down, reaches out, and he puts his hands on on your shoulders. No amount of money is what makes me proud of you, son. You hear me? You could bring back all of Tal'Dore's riches. But if you weren't coming back with them, they wouldn't be worth shite to me. You hear me?
yeah, I know.
You did good, son.
I did my best.
No, you did good. And he brings you in for like a one-armed hug.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Ribs are bruised up still.
Right.
All right. Oh,
Wife, where's me breakfast? And he hops up on a chair and starts tucking in. If there's anything else that you guys would like to get done before maybe turning in for the morning, for the day.
Scylla's been like looking at Belle and then looking at his parents and then looking at Belle and looking at his parents, and she just goes, "Are Belle, are you adopted? Whose genes did you get?"
So yeah, well, yeah, halfling father, human mother.
But the halfling is very tall, so whose
Yeah.
whose genes did Belvin get? Did you like get
Grandparents.
then do you have like
It's
a
genetics.
lineage? Like
Yeah, sorry. His father, Belvin's father, whose name I can't fucking remember right now.
Phineas,
Phineas, yeah, Phineas. And your mother is
Marianne.
Marianne. Yeah, fucking, I knew it. I knew it was M something. Yeah, Phineas is like chomping on like some bacon, and he goes, "Ha! I've always said he's gonna grow into it."
how
Let's give it another
in-
30, 40 years, something like that.
He's still a lad. He's got some growing to do.
Okay, I'm sure that's how growing works. You know what?
Yeah.
I don't know a whole lot about
Marianne
halflings.
just in the corner, like.
Yeah, I got his genes. It was his set of genes from when he was like 9 or 10 more than anything else.
I am not sure that's how biology works, but you know what? We can let you think that, Belvin.
No, it's not biology, it's pants. That's the ones that fit me still. So
It's not biology, it's pants.
Oh my god.
I can show them to you if you want. They're right in the other room.
The pants, you know what? No, I'm good. You
jeans,
know what?
the
The jeans.
Belle, what's your mom's name again? Marianne.
Marianne.
Marianne, there is no way in the Nine Hells I'm going to impose upon you any further. So, do you know? Is there like a public bath or like a tavern?
Nonsense!
Lake?
Nonsense! If you like to bathe, we have something that runs directly from the lake into the house. We also from the river into the house, but we have beds as well. None of you are leaving here until you're fed up, clean, and rested.
You know, if there was like a bathhouse that had like a sauna in it, that would be fun though.
Oh, of course. I believe. Let me see.
Maybe we can have a rest day. It doesn't have to be today.
There
Definitely
is
a
the
bath trip at
Sunrise
some point.
Sauna. It's just down the street from the Sunrise Lodge. It's on the bank of the river just across.
We gotta put that on the list.
The Sunrise Sauna.
All right.
But,
I don't think I
yes.
could move from this house right now though. And
Oh,
so
of
like
course
lifts
not.
up
Just
her
gonna
arm
get
again. She's
cleaned
like,
up.
it really does hurt.
Oh, you poor dear.
Like,
She like gets bandages for you and like starts patching you up and
I put in my character sheet that when next time I draw Scylla, I need to put like a bite mark on her on her stomach.
fucking A, man.
She got ripped into.
Yeah, dude. Y'all got fucked up. Yeah,
She's gonna have a lot of
proud
scars.
y'all. I'm proud of you guys. But
I
yeah,
love
so
drawing scars, so it's
you guys clean yourselves up, you eat well, you head to bed for the night. Belvin, you're back in your childhood bedroom again.
Does Belvin have like a race car bed?
I don't know.
What's
Bell,
the
does
D&D
he?
equivalent of a race car bed?
I don't know, Belvin. What is Belvin's? This is the room that you've lived in most of your life, so it's
Mhm.
kind of grown with you. So
Yeah.
what does it look like?
1 second. Let me make sure I get this right. Need to make sure I know when I left. So it's small, obviously. Everything is built to size. But it's honestly pretty you can tell that it's well lived in, and you can tell that there's a lot of things here that have had a lot of life and love put into them, but it's pretty simple all around because we're just a fishing family. Like there's not a lot of extravagancy here. But off sort of on little shelves and off to the side, you can see there are some books that have been read through a bunch of different times, most of them relating to like different types of performance, stories about people who went on to do great things, people who went on and became these famous either performers, adventurers, heroes of some kind, something like that. Along with little sort of like handmade, homemade action figure kind of guys lined up by the window. You can tell that he's very much a like big dreams kind of kid as he was growing up. But it's also been, I mean, I've been staying here recently because I've been coming back to see my parents since the attacks have happened, but it's sort of suspended in a state of late teenage years, kind of like somebody who left for college and their room just didn't change at a certain point. But it's relatively simple all around. You could, if you really like got down and looked into it, you could see sort of in the edge of the bed frame, like scratched in just like random little notes that are like distances to different places around like the next city over, the next thing over, and maybe a couple of ideas of what could be going on in those cities at times and years past. But for the most part right now, Bell is asleep, snoring loudly with eggs all over his face. So like
Bell's big dream was to play the Whitestone Dome.
mhm.
Important
Get there
question though: does
someday.
he have a copy of The Adventures of Terry Darrington?
If there would have been one that made its way into Drina, yes, absolutely. It would have been one of his favorite books.
100%. 100%. I'm guessing Auntie probably would have gotten it for you.
That checks out.
Yeah.
That very much
She's
checks
got
out.
contacts. She's got contacts.
Yeah. She
But
scares
okay,
me.
yeah. So there
She scares
there is a guest room. There's also like a small like sitting room, living room, kitchen, like, you know, that's kind of like a combo that you guys could stay in, or, you know, you could go full sleepover and, you know, pitch your bedrolls on
Spread each other's hair.
One big bed.
on Belbin's floor. But
You can take the bed if you want. You mean you are much bigger than me, so
Can I fit in the bed?
it is
Can you-
it is a twin. It's a twin. So like
You
it's
know,
bigger than either.
Scylla,
It's basically a queen for you know, a halfling, people their size, but it's, you know, it's a twin.
Scylla, I'm actually gonna go on the floor. You know,
if you want, you
Yeah.
know,
and
Barrage
I'm
is-
certainly not going to stop you from letting me use the bed. So I mean,
Farasha is curled up by the fire and just kind of like just conked out and on the hearth.
is
all
this
right.
the
That
first
would
time
be
Yvain's been
adorable.
sleeping inside for a while?
Yeah, actually, because you guys spent the night outside the other night, and you guys were on the road for quite a while. This would be the first time in a while that you spent the night inside.
Okay, because she really does not want to embarrass herself in front of Belbin's parents. She's gonna do something that's gonna look really weird to Scylla, but she's gonna get a rope out of her,
Scylla.
to Scylla and Farasha, because if she's in there too. She's gonna get out a rope from
Farasha's
her
in the
pack.
living room if you guys are in the guest room.
Oh, okay. I'm in the guest room. I'm gonna tie my ankle up to the bedpost.
What are you doing?
So
I mean, I really cannot judge. You've seen a lot of the shit I've pulled, but like, I just curious. If you feel like you don't have to tell me.
when I was growing up, I had this really bad habit of sleepwalking, and whenever I get super stressed out, sometimes occasionally into adulthood I've done it. It's really embarrassing. Like I'll wake up in, like, you know, the back of bars and alleys and with other people's clothes, you know. So I'm just
Oh,
it's
like
never
that's
really,
like you like it's not just like sleepwalking. Like you are like fully like awake but not.
yeah. So it's been a long day. It's been really stressful. I just don't want to risk it, you know.
I understand.
When I'm outside, it's better. You know, there's stars and it feels more like home. But
Do you feel like it's like a claustrophobia thing from like being inside?
no, it's more like I don't know. I haven't been around this in a long time. People, you know, civilization, I guess.
Do you want to sneak out? I'll go sleep outside with you if you want.
No,
If
that would
the,
be really-
I mean,
I feel
I want you
I
to
feel
feel
like that would be
comfortable.
I feel like that would be rude. So just
I
know
mean-
if you hear a loud thump and then you hear fuck, it's me.
I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, whatever makes you feel comfortable, of course. I mean, if you hear me randomly screaming in the middle of the night, you know, just that was probably me.
Yeah, so are we gonna talk about what happened?
I don't. Unfortunately, which part?
You kind of zoned out and then brought someone back from the dead.
Yeah. I unfortunately don't have answers for either you or me, and it was kind of scary.
You've never done that before.
No.
Okay.
I guess I zoned out in front of you guys, but I like saw the glyph in my mind, and then I woke up, and then suddenly I had a zombie. And I don't know. There's a lot of things that have been happening like that recently, and I'm not quite sure how much I appreciate them.
No,
And it makes me
I get
kind of
it.
worried that like I could do something that I don't want to do, or I could hurt. It's a lot.
No, I get it. I woke up on top of the mountain and then I had powers. So
You what? Circle
yeah.
back.
Um, the last time I slept walked, I woke up on top of a mountain, and I had been gone from my people for 2 weeks, and I have no recollection of any of it.
Hmm.
So
That's
I
worrying.
I relate to the it's not a good feeling not being
No,
able to control yourself.
it's kind of scary. Yeah.
Yeah. But listen, we don't have to worry about rent, so that's a plus.
I mean, either we wouldn't have to worry about it anyway because we're fucking rich.
That's what I'm saying. You know, that problem solved, so we can help each other solve the other problems.
Yeah, and then, hopefully there's some sort of answers at the end of this road. I don't like mysteries,
I
and
don't either.
unfortunately stuck in quite a few of them currently.
I don't either. Hey, can you draw the glyph that you saw?
Uh,
For
yeah.
prosperity.
I guess so. We'll write it down. However, I don't know how D&D people write things down. Checks out some like
You
notebooks.
got
Yeah.
there are basic like ink quills, like portable ink quills.
Okay. Um. Yeah, I'll write it down. Maybe we could like, I don't know, like, is there a way to like research this and see if it's connected to something? I don't know. I don't like not
mean,
knowing things, but then also when I suddenly do know things, I don't like not knowing how I know the thing. When you grow up in orphanage, you don't know a lot of things, but you're okay with not knowing a lot of things because people around you don't know a lot of things. But suddenly waking up with knowledge that you shouldn't have, stressful.
yeah, I
That's the word I'm
imagine
gonna go
so.
with. Yes. It's an odd feeling, as you might know.
You guys begin to hear birds tweeting outside, and
Oh God, we didn't go to sleep.
the hustle and bustle of the town beginning to
sorry.
wake up.
We should rest.
We should so go to sleep. I am so tired. I don't think I've ever been this tired before.
Yeah, I have, but
That's a story for another day. We need to stop gossiping. Let's go to sleep.
All right, you guys find your way to a restful night. You all get a long rest in,
Leap
regain
it up.
all your hit points. Everything's
Oh
back.
yay, baby.
Hit dice are back.
Long
Half your
rest.
hit dice are back. Belle, you do have a dream though.
That's exciting.
You're back in that cave, and you're seeing that last thread of life snap away from that boy, and you're back in that moment, and you're feeling that well of power inside of you again, and you're feeling that drive, that urge, almost as if a second pair of hands brought yours over and placed them on the boy's chest and told you, dig deep, Belle, you can save him. And you remember that feeling. You're back in that moment of drawing deep into yourself, that well of power, that strange moat of energy that resides deep in your core, and pushing and pushing and pushing and doing something that you have never done in your life, never once in your dreams of large venues, of loud crowds, of songs and stories and legends. Never did you ever consider that you could bring someone back from death. And in that moment, as the boy's eyes open and you feel that relief, you feel a warmth, as if someone had wrapped their arms around your shoulders and held you close and said, I knew you could do it. And you wake up. You now, guys, you now have a week of downtime. There is a week where nothing of note really goes on, that has nothing of pressing matters. So if there's anything that you guys would like to get done in this week, you guys can let me know. If you'd like, we can start with what Farasha gets up to, if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. So about 3 days in, Farasha, it's about like, it's about 5 in the evening. It's just about, getting to the end of the day. Belle, your father's made a miraculous recovery. Whatever whatever the guy at the castle gave your father, it worked like a charm. This is he is making a miraculous recovery. So one day, you guys are all having just like an early, like a late tea time at Belle's place. And Farasha, who has been spending her days wandering about town, kind of just trying to, poke about and just kind of learn more about this place that she's in, and also wandering in the marshes, bursts in and says, guys, you will never believe what happened. Oh my God, you've got to come to the tavern right now. Oh my God, come to the tavern right now, come on. And she just books it out.
I've never seen her that excited, and I feel like she may have murdered a room full of people.
I feel like we should go to the tavern.
We should probably go to the tavern.
Yvain finishes the tea in one gulp and just gets up.
That was hot. How did you do that?
I
Would you like any biscuits to take with you?
Already like an armful. What? All right. See you soon.
Right. Well, you guys head off to the Skiff Slip Tavern, where, as you know, Rebecca is the half halfling, half Goliath, or half gnome, half Goliath proprietor, with the extremely flirty father. And you you walk in and you look around and you see you see Farasha waving, guys, over here. And she's sitting at a table with two other individuals, people you haven't seen before. There is a dwarven male, mutton chops to a beard, kind of a stocky guy, big smile on his face with a tankard of ale in front of him, close cropped hair, and sitting next to him is someone who looks kind of like Farasha, as Farasha is, if I'm not mistaken, a satyr, or what?
Correct.
Is she? Huh?
Mhm.
Yeah, she's a satyr. Yeah. Um, hoofed legs, but a humanoid torso, female. Long flowing green hair curling down to her chest and back, curling horns with flowers and all sorts of adornments in there. And she's just kind of sitting there with a kind of glazed expression, kind of looking around, holding a mug in front of her. And you guys head over. Okay. So
Yes.
you guys head over, and Farash is like beckoning you over, like, come on, guys, sit. You guys sit down, and Farash says, I had no idea they were here. Guys, this is my cousin Fern. And you see
Is
the
it Darius next to him?
the fawn kind of look over and say, oh, hi, my name's Fern. And she extends a ring adorned hand to all of you, just kind of all three of you, in just like kind of like this.
Yvain takes it and kisses it.
Oh. she giggles.
Great choice.
But Farasha and Farasha says, "Oh, this is her friend Dariax." The dwarven man kind of who's been taking a swig of his drink, kind of just, hey, how's it going? Dariax, pleasure. This is really good drink. And he just kind of says, so who are you guys? You guys are friends of Fern's cousin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Also currently bearer of biscuits, wasn't he?
Oh, sure, absolutely. And he takes he grabs like two of them with both hands and just
Right.
Oh my god, these are delicious.
Right. My mom is fantastic.
Your
at
mom
what she
made
does.
these?
Mm-hmm.
Can I come over sometime?
Yeah, probably. I don't see why not.
Awesome, man. Fern, you gotta try one of these. And as they are kind of like, as Fern's kind of picking into one of them, Farasha turns to you guys and says, so Fern is my cousin from like way back in the day, and she's apparently been on this plane for like a while now, but she and her friend were coming into town, and I was just happened to be in the marshes, and I saw them, and I was like, oh my god, it's my cousin. And oh my god, we used to go crazy. We used to cause the Sealy Court so many issues when we were younger. And Fern kind of looks over. Do you still steal things? And Farasha goes, as often as I can. Are you kidding me? They're there for the taking. And Farasha goes, so here's the thing. They're gonna be around here for a little while, and I don't know how this place works really. So I was thinking maybe I'd go tear it up with my cousin for a little bit, kind of get my hooves a little bit stronger in this place, and then hopefully maybe I can meet up with you guys some other time soon.
I mean, yeah, that sounds awesome. Your cousin's in town,
That's
of
what you
course.
want. Yeah.
I really want to stick with you guys, and if if that crazy doctor guy, if that crazy, that crazy weird dude, sends out anything else, I'll find a way to find you guys if you guys let me know. But you know, I haven't seen her in at least 40 years. And it's just like, it's been so long.
I mean, if it's your cousin from another plane, that's kind of wild.
I
So
know.
that's an interesting
and-
coincidence.
And maybe she can help get me back home, you know? Because
Yeah.
I mean, I really want to. I like this place. Your guys' home is really cool, but like, I really want to get back home. I want to find I belong back home. My mistress needs me.
Of course.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
do you guys want to tear it up tonight?
I mean, yeah.
And Fern kind of
Yeah.
looks over and she goes, "Oh, we can tear it up if you guys want."
That sounded so ominous, and I'm kind of here for it.
Dariax kind of like swallows a mouthful of biscuit. Always be wary of her, but yeah, we're gonna fuck shit up tonight. And,
Right.
Oh, boy.
Preferably not this particular tavern. We like Rebecca a lot. She's done a lot of good things for the city. So like maybe we pick another one.
Right. Any other taverns in town?
Well, sure, there's plenty of them. I don't know how many of them you want to like destroy, but maybe just not Rebecca. She used to be connected to the council. Could get you in a little bit of trouble in town. So
Good call. Thanks. I appreciate the heads up on that.
Yeah.
You guys got any pie?
actually, somebody owes us a pie.
Oh my god.
Belvin's going to fall in love with you, Dariax.
And the night continues. You, Fern, Farasha, and Dariax all tear it up. You guys go on a full-on bender.
Scylla does not get drunk. She is would
you're-
not
you're-
do
you're
that.
Are
party
you
mom?
the
No.
DD?
Your party mom tonight?
You want the woman who randomly goes on murder sprees to get drunk?
Okay. Hey. Nobody peer pressures you. You and
She definitely
yeah,
is, still fun, but like she wouldn't. She
Yeah,
wouldn't get drunk.
Dariax and Bell, you guys get into a drinking competition. After which, Dariax insists on an arm wrestling contest with Yvain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I make him think that he's gonna win, just a little bit.
he goes hype and
And then I
then
break his
loses and then slips completely, loses completely on his own. Just like
Does anyone pee on a stick?
Dariax does find his way to a roof somehow. And he smells at the end of the night. I'll say that. But yeah, you guys wake up. Dariax, Fern, and Farasha are gone the next day. But you trust that she's in good hands.
All right, bye.
And if there's anything else that
Scary
you guys
hands.
wanted to do that night, feel free. Let me know what happened.
I feel like Scylla is making intense observations about everything. She's the DD, but that also is like, okay, I'm remembering everything that's being like drunkenly told to me because inhibitions are low. So like anything embarrassing you said, Scylla's put into like a little box in her head and it's like, I probably won't ever bring this up, but like just in case.
At some point in the night, probably after a lot of drinks, Yvain's gonna want to have a moment with Belvin alone, if that's possible.
Dariax, get down. Okay.
I'm
Wait, that's not-
fine.
I'll
I'm
go get
fine."
him. I'll go
And he,
get
like,
him.
he's
Scylla
on
starts
the
climbing.
roof. He's on the roof and he like wheels back and falls flat on his back, like, oh.
Okay, I'll go deal with
Stars are
him.
really pretty up here.
Scylla starts
I'm-
going over to him and casting like spells.
Yvain's probably like
You guys are,
leaning
like-
on a bench a little bit, but
You guys
she,
are standing in an alleyway.
Oh, okay. Leaning against the wall, just like,
Yeah.
oh.
Alright.
Belle,
Hmm.
there's something I have to tell you before I pass out.
You're gonna pass out. Give me a heads up so I can be at least 7 feet away. What? How tall are you?
Exactly 7.
8 feet away from you.
I I'm not the brightest bulb. No, what is it? I'm not the brightest lantern on the street.
No,
And
that one is.
I certainly would never call myself particularly insightful, but You did something that a lot of people I've known fighters do. And you had a moment where you froze. Everybody's got that moment. But I knew it has something to do with water. And I have to apologize to you because I knew that you weren't ready and I took you anyway. And you rose to the occasion. You really did. And if I could do it again, I would, but I think I still owe you that. I owe you an apology.
Oh, you're all right. Hey, I have something to tell you too. Come here.
Hmm.
Come here. No,
She
all,
leans
all the way down. All the way.
shit. I'm
No,
gonna, you know,
fine.
she sits down.
You might just want to lay. Yeah, there you go.
Hmm.
This whole being a hero thing,
Hmm.
I don't like that part. But the whole being almost dead thing, I think I decided that's kind of fun.
Oh shit, dude, no.
No. The whole like throwing yourself into danger for the sake of whatever.
Oh, the rush. No, that part I get, yeah. I get that, I do. I really do.
I think I decided that's fun.
Oh, but it's dangerous.
Oh shit, you're right.
No, it can get addicting. Don't do that. Do as I say, not as I do.
What did you say? Do what you. All right. So I try and carry you now? I do what you do?
No, you couldn't if you tried.
Fern kind of like scoops in and kind of like plops down cross-legged. What are we talking about?
Doing what each other do, not what we say.
That sounds good.
Still freaking. No, that's not right. Thrill seeking.
I like these flowers in your hair.
Oh, thanks. You want one?
I want you.
Sure.
I mean,
That sounds fun. And she holds out a flower and kind of like leans over to you, Vane. Hi.
hi.
That sounds fun. But yeah, the night progresses on. Constant drunken flirting, and nothing ever happens. But yeah, okay. So who's up first? What do you guys do with this week of downtime?
I feel like the day after that tavern thing is the day we should do our bathhouse day. just like a drunken going to the sauna.
Hungover. Just.
You got to sweat out the toxic.
Oh yeah,
Get it out.
Do you guys wanna play that out?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay, cool. By the way, each of you take an inspiration point, which is like a DM inspiration, which is an automatic advantage whenever you want, because this has been some fucking great role playing, and I am so proud of you guys. But yeah, okay. The next day you wake up hung over. You guys blew at least 10 gold each on drinks last night.
Scylla's fine.
Oh yeah, Scylla's fine.
Scylla's like wakes up in the morning, is like helping Belbin's mom with breakfast, like doing that scary like humming.
Yep.
Pancakes.
I put bacon in the pancakes, so you don't have to waste time eating bacon and pancakes.
You're a
It's
genius.
the same thing.
I hate everything.
Your dad is sitting at the breakfast table dressed for work.
Oh, your clothes look like shit.
And you look worse, son. You coming out with me today?
No.
You're a fucking lazy layabout.
I haven't been on a boat with you since I was 15 years old. What the hell's wrong with you?
Well, I thought for old time's sake, since your old man's going back out for the first time since he's been out of action.
You
I
want a
could
pat on the
use
back
a
or
strong
something?
set of hands, me boy.
Well, ask Yvain, not me. You know that.
I will throw up all over your
Bacon
boat. Don't ask me
pancake.
shit.
All right, fine. I'll just get your mother.
That's a good choice too.
I was
Right.
thinking today we could go to that bathhouse. I feel like you need to sweat out whatever the hell you all just drank. I heard you guys mixing drinks last night, and honestly, I was distracted by trying to get Dariax not to kill himself. So I couldn't stop you from doing that, but it sounded worrying. So I feel like we should
Rebecca
pick-
mixes drinks all the time. She just uses the shaker. We use me as the shaker instead.
see.
Seemed like a good idea.
She was mixing drinks in the beginning, and then I heard you fighting with her at some point. So I feel like something was made that should not have been made.
No, it was
A
all
little worrying.
delicious.
Okay, I'm
My
glad. I'm
brain
glad it was
hurts.
delicious.
Yvain, you're as you're kind of like waking up and just kind of getting acclimated, your your tinderbox is gone.
Fuck.
And in its place is a little note saying it's just a little note saying hope to see you again, F.
That's hot. All right.
When Yvain wakes up, though, she does notice that somebody did tie her ankle to the bedpost just so she was comfortable.
Thank you.
That is so fucking sweet in the worst way.
Weirdest way.
In the weirdest, most D&D way.
Scylla's
that
the
it's
weirdest
so
person
sweet.
ever. I don't.
Right. Okay. So you guys head to the sunset sauna. I called it the sunrise sauna, but it's the sunset sauna.
One of them.
Must
sun's
go,
there.
Must go
You
fix.
head into the sunset sauna, and inside you find a plump dwarven woman, kind of reddish stubble, long curling red locks, and deep, deep blue eyes. She kind of looks to you and says, "Hello there. Welcome to the sunset sauna. What can we get for you today?"
We need like something to cure a hangover. Do you have anything like that? Any sort of
Being
package
so
deal?
loud.
We have
So
individual hot baths.
She's whispering, Bilbin.
You, Scylla.
We have individual hot baths. We also have a group hot bath. We also have a communal hot bath. We also have cool baths as well. Ice baths, cloth cleaning, and an assortment of different mineral baths.
That was a lot of options.
Where
Already.
can
Like
I
a-
be horizontal?
I think that just involves water, right? You just
I
float in it.
think,
Just
if I
flat
may make a
ground.
suggestion, would you prefer communal or party?
Party.
Oh,
Yeah.
we just partied last night. That doesn't sound like a great idea to me.
Right. Well, I can get for your group an individual hot sauna bath.
That sounds wonderful.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, this it will be 6 silver pieces per person today.
No.
And would
problem.
you like your clothing cleaned as well?
Oh. Yes.
You know, I don't think we've cleaned our clothes in a while.
That's an additional 5 copper. All right. So you all fork over 6 silver
6
and 5
silver.
copper
Okay.
for if you want your clothes clean.
I'm
Uh,
gonna just hand the lady.
Huh?
I'm gonna just hand the lady 3 gold. That's That's more extra, right? Yeah.
Yeah. That's
That's
that
so
that-
much
that-
more
that
extra.
covers
so much more extra.
That covers
We're
everyone.
rich now. Yeah.
That covers
exactly.
everyone plus a hefty tip.
That's,
Oh, wow.
that's
Yeah,
literally
exactly.
double. That's literally
She's-
double.
She goes, "Oh, for this we give you the VIP package." And
That wasn't an option that was listed out.
you were she in fairness, y'all look
3
like you do.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
have my little boy clothes on. My mommy made them for me.
You are
My
led
little boy clothes.
you It's kind of like a longhouse type of structure with individual larger rooms. You are led far into one of the back rooms, into this very dim. It's all like very softly yellow lit with kind of like hooded lanterns, all giving off very soft glowing yellow light. And it's all very kind of steamy and muggy in there. It's the wood is kind of like a dark tan. It all looks kind of soaked, and it's a very and you can hear kind of faint plucking harp and fiddle and violin music from somewhere in the distance. You are led into a back room where there is a large tub, more of a pool, honestly, somewhere between a hot tub and a full-sized pool. I'd say about maybe 10 feet in full across, and it doesn't get deeper than about it goes from about 3 feet to 6 feet, 3 feet around the edges to about 6 feet in the middle. And the water is steaming. It is throwing up just wafts of steam. There are a place in the corner or on the side of the room on the wall where there are several robes and towels set aside. There's also cubbies for you to put your own clothes in, that seems to open out from the outside, so nobody has to come in and bother you while they get your clothes for cleaning and replace them after they're done. There are bells that you can ring for assistance. There are several what seem to be laminated parchment of some kind that seems to be covered in some sort of wax to keep it from getting wet. And it has an assortment of drinks and little snack items that you could order, as well as different kind of amenities like additions of minerals to the bath, additions of bubbles, or maybe if you wanted a massage or something along those lines, that would probably be offered. So yeah, you guys are left to your devices. The woman introduces herself as Mistress Tudova. She says, "If there is anything you need, please ring the assistance bell and we shall have someone sent to you right away. Please enjoy." And she
Thank you so much.
She shuts the door, and there's a latch that you could lock if you so pleased. But you are now left to your own devices.
I feel like Scylla has no shame because she was an orphan kid, so obviously communal shit isn't anything. But how are Scylla's hands looking right now?
Fingertips are black. The hands look normal.
Okay.
Looking not quite Wanda in the Darkhold yet.
Okay. Okay.
More like you got maybe a little bit of frostbite on your fingertips.
Okay. Scylla has just disrobes and goes in, but is kind of fiddling with her fingers a lot.
Do you put your clothes to be cleaned?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
There's there's a lot of mushrooms and shit and like rot inside. It's all bad.
All right.
Yvain does the same. Puts her clothes out to be cleaned. She's got a shit ton of scars everywhere, but she does not give a fuck. She just sits down and
tattoos.
Yeah. Rivermouth represent.
Bill goes in, puts his clothes out, goes over, grabs one of the towels, rolls it up into a log, and then lays down on the ground next to the pool and puts it under his head and goes, "Why does everything hurt this much?"
Well, because you drank as much as me, and I'm 7 feet tall.
You did. You might have even drank more. I don't know. I could not keep track of both of you at the same time last night.
I don't know where you put it all, Belle.
I thought that was your job, though, Scylla. Isn't that why you weren't doing it so you could count the best?
That definitely was doing it so I could count the best. Yes, that is 100% why I was doing it.
Belle is still drunk.
Belle's still a little drunk.
Do you want me to cast Lesser Restoration on you? It would help.
They do have mimosas, just a heads up.
Oh.
Maybe
a
after
spell
the
that would
mimosa.
immediately fix you. Mimosa.
Like I said, they have a menu with like some drinks and snacks and stuff, like some finger food, maybe like some
Something
a
very
plate of
bready.
tater tots or something.
Yeah, I want that.
Charcuterie.
No
I
tater
want
tots.
something like vaguely like that would remind Stella of like Port Tamale, of like
Oh.
home.
There is a dish called oh god,
Where's my
what's it
taste of
called?
Taldore menu?
Fuck off. There
Sardines, Scylla.
there is something
Ew.
called the Marquette Malaise, which is a little bit of fried fish and some tropical fruits as well on the side.
Mac, would we be close enough to Whitestone for there to have had the general export of the idea, at least, of Go Phoebe Poe here?
I don't think it'd be here.
I don't know how popular that is outside of the Whitestone kitchen.
That's fair.
But it is a thing of legend, and everyone around town might at least be aware of it.
Cool.
We paid for the VIP treatment. Maybe they could thrive.
You know what? Here, tell you what. Roll me just a d20.
Incredible. Let's do it. Fucking, and my internet is not happy with me. That's okay.
It's whatever.
13.
Unfortunately, nothing resembling the Go Phoebe Poe seems to be on this menu.
Meatballs and tater tots, please.
There are plates of tater tots as well as some cheesy bacon bit dip.
Yep, that's good.
That sounds so good. So American.
Yep, as well as a little bit of. It's something I had. It's something I had at a karaoke bar down the street from my house.
Amazing.
That sounds like something you'd have at a karaoke bar.
It sure does.
It was so fucking good. But yeah, so you guys ring the bell, and an aide comes and knocks on the door. Is waiting to be allowed to enter.
Yeah.
Yvain will get it.
No, you don't. No, the door's not locked, but it's just like for a call out, I guess.
Enter.
Right. You see a young man, sort of slight, in a white cotton shirt and shorts, standing there. What can we do for you?
Do we already have food?
No, this is to order
tater
whatever you
tots
like.
and cheese and bacon stuff and pie and
Can I get the Marquette dish, please?
mimosa. I guess is probably a good choice too, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
It's
have a
only-
mimosa and
Right,
some fruits, assorted fruits, if you have any.
Of course. Anything for the bath?
Bubbles.
Something to rejuvenate sore muscles would be fantastic.
Of course. Coming right up. Anything else?
Do you have magic hangover cures?
I do, but you have not let me guess.
Something can be added to the bath at an extra cost of 5 silver.
No
Sure.
problem.
Yeah, Monty.
Right.
Have they come and taken our clothes yet?
You don't know. They're in cubbies, and they're a little like doors to be. You can ask him.
Monty's was in the clothes. Take whatever you think is right for a tip.
We shall be.
Tip us
we shall
100
await.
gold.
We shall await payment. Any extra payment until the end of your stay. But we appreciate your generosity. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right. Your order shall arrive post haste. And he bows out of the room and shuts the door. So, anything else you guys would like to do while you guys are here?
Never understood that phrase, post haste. It's after haste, so it's just at a normal period of time. What the fuck does that?
And like there's like that spell haste, so it's like post haste you would be frozen, right? So
Right, you just don't move then.
yeah, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
This is an out of character logistical question. How close is Port Damali and Nicodranas? Are they close by? Are they very
Not
far
terribly
apart?
far. They're just across the ocean. It's about like I'd say the
skipping a jump across the ocean.
It's
The
like it's
ocean.
across it's across the Lucidian Ocean, I think.
Mhm.
And I'd say it's about by skyship, which is what you took. It's about a week's flight on skyship and 2 weeks on a boat. So maybe like, God, I don't even know. Like, yeah, I don't know distances on the water.
At least
Okay.
many miles.
But yeah,
It's not too
yeah.
bad.
Not too bad.
In time, a week on skyship, 2 weeks by boat.
Guess I
So,
just
like-
relax and like ask questions about your life and
Your food all arrives. You get a jug of a mimosa and several glasses. You get the Marquette Malaise is okay. Fruit's a little dried out, just a tiny bit. It kind
Yeah.
of got old in shipping maybe. But the rest of the food is good. It's fresh. It's except for the exotic stuff. But
The only exotic you
does
need is out of a
remind you
deep
of home.
fryer.
It does remind you of home very
Okay.
nicely. It does kind
Still's
of
got a little smile. Every time she picks up her hands though to eat the food, she like hesitates for a second, seeing her hands, but like she got a little smile. She misses home.
And the rejuvenating bubbles are added to the bath as well. Like nobody comes in, but like straight out of fucking Spirited Away, a little tube just thunk, just plops down out of the wall and starts pouring this sort of lavender and sage scented crystals into the bath, and it starts bubbling and frothing, and it gets like a nice kind of lavender scent, and your whole body just starts to kind of like feel nice and buzzy and relaxed.
Oh,
That
that
would be
smells
such an
nice.
easy way to kill somebody. Like you just like replace the stuff, and like what if it was just like it was
Make a Constitution saving throw for me, please. No, I'm just kidding.
were you an assassin or something?
Yeah, no, but when you grow up with like a lot of kids around you, there's a lot of different interests, so you hear about a lot of different things.
That's fair.
Murder,
Yeah.
always a good topic of conversation.
I have three
Yeah.
older brothers, and all of them have tried to kill me at one point. Not really in earnest, but
Yeah, you get up to stuff when you're kids, I have he's not really my brother, but my brother. He's always interested in adventuring. Like I feel like I started adventuring because he wanted to start adventuring, and always interested in stuff like that. I wouldn't say assassination, but
but doing what we do now.
yes, yeah, kind of. My sister is she was always the book smart one. So it was the book smart one, me the scary one, and then the one who wanted to actually adventure. So
That was me. I wanted to be the adventurer. Got around to it eventually, I guess. But are your siblings still around? Like they doing adventuring stuff? Are they like bookkeepers?
My sister got into the Solstice Academy. So
do I know what that is?
You can make a history check. Sorry, I was letting you guys do your thing.
Do I know what that is?
Feel free to make a history check as well.
17.
You've heard of it. Yeah, you've heard of it. It's in passing, it's not really kind of something you would hear of in your circles, but like, at one point you thought maybe I want to go to school, maybe I'll get out of the life and go to school. And the Soldiers Academy was one place you were like, oh God, that's a long way away and really hard to get into.
Oh, I heard that's really prestigious. That's impressive.
Belle, you've heard of it about in the same way.
Yep, that
yeah,
sounds like
she-
a smart place.
Yeah, she was always one of those book smart kids, but she also like I don't No, the way that I have visions is like scary, like death omens. But the way she had visions, she just kind of like always. It was weird. She always knew whenever I would wake up from a nightmare. She was always there, already awake. Always knew when it was bad, and or she would be like always like 1 second before you stubbed your toe, she would like stop your shoulder. So she had the way. She got in on divination magic.
So
And
does your
then
brother have crazy ass visions too? Then
no, he's just Porter's Porter. He's just normal. They're not really my siblings, obviously. But we grew up. I actually just got the letter from Porter. He's going to ask my sister to marry him. So that'll be interesting.
that sentence structure needs to change.
Yes, it did. Yeah, it sounded a little weird once I said that. I was like, that sounds
it's
odd.
now brother and
We're
sister by
orphans.
marriage.
Yeah. We're all orphans, so we're not
Right,
related to
we
anyone.
established that part
I
already.
see them as siblings. So hopefully they do not. I mean, we grew up together, so Porter always liked Tally. It was always a thing. He sent me a letter and he was like, "Oh, I don't want to shock you or anything, but I'm gonna ask her to marry me." And I was like, "I'm not shocked. No, there's no shock. No shock happened at all.
Zero shock.
No
Well,
shock."
That's fantastic. Weddings are awesome. Lots of food,
Yeah.
dancing, and yeah, the like.
We should. It's in the social straight. I'm assuming their wedding will be in either Port Damali or Rexentrum. We could probably crash it if we want.
So
I have to
far
go.
away.
So I know, so far away. But trips are fun.
Is it still crashing if you're invited?
See, I'm invited. Could I get like a +3? They're my siblings. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm
we
tiny.
wanted
I'm
to
like
go.
+1/2, really. So
But you eat for like 3 people.
that's not the point. It's about space being taken up. Shoveling food constantly.
Belle, have you gotten into the water
No.
at all?
No, I sat up cross-legged and next to the food and just started like consuming.
Okay. Right. Well,
Yeah.
you guys, if there's any other conversation you guys would like to have? Right. Well, you guys.
Where did you get that scar, Yvain? She points at one of the big ones. I want some random backstory fact.
Can we play draw a shape out of Yane's scars?
Can we like connect the dots and see like what comes up?
Oh my
Unless
Like-
they're very traumatic and I take back everything I just said.
no. Really, it's very rough and tumble. Like lots of fighting off bears and things like that. A couple of street fights here and there, but nothing terribly traumatic. Honestly, this is what we've been doing. That's the most intense shit I've ever done. To be
Yeah,
honest.
the past couple of days have been awful, right? Just like terrible. Anyone else?
I mean, the last couple of days have been pretty solid. We've been back
These
together for
ones,
like
but, like,
4
last
days
week-
right now. But
yeah,
like last
last
week was
week was
total
pretty
shit
bad.
show.
Yeah, it was a lot. It just kept going and going and going. It did not stop.
It felt
And I know
like,
we kind of volunteered for the second part, but like still.
but those like 4 days felt like they took, I don't know, like 12 weeks or something like that.
Something around there. It was a lot. I
Yeah.
feel like eventually we'll need group therapy, but the adventurers don't do that. So when we retire, group therapy.
We could retire right now if we wanted to.
We could, but we also wouldn't know anything.
This costs
Although
less
technically-
than half a gold.
Belle, how are you feeling about this whole thing? You got what you wanted, didn't you? From
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for the most part. They've got a little something left, but for the most part, I got the immediate thing that I needed from them. But that's about it. They know something about why I can do, this, and I go ahead and I cast Mage Hand and float it around. I don't know anything about that. Nobody ever knows anything about that. Every time I ask somebody about it, they don't know anything about it. So I've been trying all week to get answers out of this asshole down at the temple on the south side of town. And Auntie doesn't know anything. I've been asking her for years too, but she's been kind of helpful in trying to figure it out. But apparently there's a reason. I just don't know what it is. But yes, the immediate thing was my dad, and he's an asshole now, which is good again. So
Do any of you find it weird that all of us have like the same reasoning for being here? Do
No,
you
I
find
find
it
it
a weird?
extremely fucking weird, and I want to
It's
know
odd,
why.
right? Me too. And unfortunately, I feel like we won't get the answers until we help this man, but also helping him feels weird because then we're like complicit in whatever's going on.
but then we have so much money.
We do have a lot of money.
We
But
can
that
buy-
thing also wasn't from something that he made us do.
right. That
We did that on our own.
The Hydra thing was an auxiliary thing that saying it out loud that it was a side job makes it feel awful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, that was a side job. Fuck me. All right.
Right. Well, you guys complete your sauna day. You guys are refreshed. Your clothes are clean. You are full. You're feeling a little less hungover, and you're feeling ready to tackle the rest of your day. So, individually, what did you all get up to this week? Who's gonna start?
I can go
Well, actually,
if we want, but
you know what? Actually, let's take a little bio break. How about that? Does
that
that
feels
sound
like
good?
a good choice too.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take a little bio
Solid
break.
choice.
5 minutes. Be back here in 5.
Great.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
This meeting is being recorded. This meeting is being recorded.
We're
Okay,
trying to get
bitch.
that job. All right. So, week of downtime. What would all of you like to get up to? Would anyone like to start, or am I picking?
So this is pretty easy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with Scylla then.
She finally goes to the post office.
Oh, shit.
That's where I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Group post
All right, we'll knock him
office.
out. We'll knock them both out. Yeah, if anyone has wants to tag along, wants to invite someone on something, or wants to do a joint thing, we can absolutely do that. Do we want to tackle both of these things at the same time? Is that cool?
Yeah, I'm
Someone
gonna
would
go
probably
to the post
tell her-
office. Oh no.
Oh no, Alex.
Alex, I swear to God.
Oh god damn it.
Alex!
I'm not kicking her out this time. I'm
yeah,
not
that's
doing
probably
it
a
to him.
good choice. Considering where we ended up last time.
Yeah, for fucking real. God. Oh no, mid sentence.
Wait, oh wow, I'm just now seeing Yvain
Wi-Fi
is Moon
crapped
Knight
out. One
confirmed.
sec.
Oh, I just want to say I did not steal that from Moon Knight. I wrote this story before Moon Knight came out.
Yeah, but listen, okay. It's only now becoming pertinent to us, which means that you did it. That's how things work, right?
Yep, pretty much. There we go. Hey, buddy.
Yay!
It just randomly stops working. I
It's okay. So, what were you saying that Scylla would?
probably tell them where she was going, so
Hmm.
give anyone an opportunity.
Right. So, yeah, Yvain, Scylla lets you guys know that she's headed to the post office.
Oh, I need to drop some off too.
Perfect.
Right. So, you both make your way. What letters are you sending out?
She's responding to Porter, which I wrote out, so I'm gonna send that to you. And she also looks like she's like fiddling with a letter in her hand. That's not the one to Porter.
Uh-huh.
And it's she's like sitting there with it, thinking, but she doesn't know where to send it. So she's fiddling with it, and it's she's going to try to send a letter to Rael, not really knowing where to send it. Because I feel like she
Okay.
had like a bunch of near-death experiences in the past week, and she's like, I should figure out some shit.
Something you could do is send it to Porter and see if he could,
If he can find out.
if any of his contacts back home could possibly track her down.
That's a good idea. Yeah, she'll do that. She'll send, but in the thing it says, Porter, absolutely do not read this letter. I swear to God, I will know.
Okay,
And if you
okay.
do,
All right. All right.
but I'll send you. I don't have that one written yet. I just knew that I wanted to do it, but I have
Okay.
the one to Porter written.
That's
So
fine. Go ahead and send that over.
Yeah.
I'll get you a response in time. Yvain, what are you sending out?
Okay, so the first one is to my mom and dad, Nori and Varric, and how I think this works. You can change this if you don't like it, but I think because the River Maw, like, people know where they're at,
Mhm.
so I'm assuming
They're a trading tribe, so they're
Yeah.
kept track of.
So I'm assuming that Gareth, my eldest brother, would go to the nearest town once in a while, and like maybe there's a PO box or something that people
There's
send
just a
stuff
river
to.
maw. There's just a river, like the river maw just have like a place where like along their route, just like in every town, where there's just like a river maw PO box where all of their mail comes in. They just have
And
one. They
Gareth
have,
would go up there once in a while and get it.
yeah, they have one person who just hauls all of the mail back and like, okay, got something for you. Got something for you.
And I'll just let him
Well,
know
the
that
Wells
I'm
Fargo
alive.
wagon is a.
Coming down the track. I hope it's a time for me. Oh man, I played Tommy Gillis and Marcellus Washburn.
Ball.
Yep.
That's fun.
But yeah, just let him know I'm alive. I'm okay. I'm in Drina right now. Did some really cool stuff. She's gonna summarize it like it's super casual and nothing to worry about whatsoever.
Gotcha. Completely undersell it.
Fought a
Yeah.
900 dragon, a Hydra. It was fine.
Then
biggie.
Don't
she's
even
got
mention the Hydra.
a much longer, much more detailed letter to Lisette, which we talked about. And I'll send that off.
Alrighty. All right. You guys get that done. Scylla, is there anything else that you wanted to get done during your downtime?
Scylla has been fucking with a Tamagotchi the entire week
Okay.
because it becomes a
So-
pet at the end of a week.
Yeah. So let me just
no.
double check. So yeah.
What animals did we decide it was? A dog
dog.
and cat dog. It was cat dog?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the creature is a celestial hybrid of two common animals such as a cat rabbit, a duck frog, a spider weasel, or an owl crab. More unlock as you I'm the way I'm ruling it is that more will unlock the longer you care for it. So spending a week with caring for the handheld familiar allows it to take physical form as if you cast Find Familiar. The familiar uses the highest ability score from each stat block and may use any ability from either animal. So we decided on a cat dog. So you're gonna I'm leaving it up
I will,
to
yeah,
you
I'll make
to
that
build
sheet.
that stat block of the highest stats from a cat and the highest stats from a dog. If whichever has the higher stat, you go with that one.
Okay.
And any abilities that they have, it has it. And yeah, so at the end of this week, this egg
Get a pet.
starts to on the tablet you've seen a small representation of the creature eating, and you've been like, teaching it some tricks and sending it out for exercise and feeding it a ton and playing with it and over this week. And at the end of this week, it begins to vibrate in your hands, and it kind of starts to jump around, and it just jumps right out of your hands and starts just knocking on the ground. And all of a sudden there's a bright flash, and sitting there where the egg was is a small creature about the size of a cat or a small dog, and it has it has a cat's kind of like angular eyes and a dog's a kind of extended snout, big old floppy ears. It's got kind of long furred paws and kind of this mottled almost like beagle type pattern in its fur, a long tail with a like a long hair, like long haired tail, that kind of thing, a lot of fluff to it. Its ears, it's a very fluffy furred, long haired animal. And it kind of looks up at you with the inquisitiveness of a cat, but with that kind of trusting like affection of a dog, and it kind of makes a ow sound at you. And you see sitting in front of it is the egg, but much smaller now. It was about like this size, it was about like that big, but now it's about maybe like that big, like pocket sized.
Mhm. Hi,
And
buddy.
Is it a
Hello.
It kind of like looks up at you and just
I can't think of a name on the spot. I'll get back to everyone on what this thing's name is.
okay,
I bet
kind of
you
just
the
like
two-headed hot dog.
kind of just nuzzled up to you. All right. Yvain, is there anything else that you wanted to get done during this week?
Yeah. Since Sylvain's probably got some spare time, if
Yeah, you
anybody
sent
needs,
the letter was sent out at the beginning of this week.
okay, if anybody needs help, like rebuilding fortifications or homes, or like if there's a soup kitchen situation, she just wants to help out
Okay.
and get the town back up to snuff.
Go ahead and make a charisma check.
Oh, buddy.
And you know what? Actually, sorry, hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me an persuasion and athletics.
Persuasion. Let's go. Oh, that's the.
You do have inspiration, so you can
Oh, I
re-roll
do.
something if you want.
I would like to re-roll that, please.
Okay, go ahead, re-roll it if you want.
That's so much better.
Okay. All right. Now go ahead and roll me athletics.
Okay. Oh wow.
Okay.
That's mid.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, they are happy to have the aid of, one of the heroes of town. You saved little Timmy and yeah, little Timmy Rogers. So like, you're a hero around these parts, and they're so flattered that you would offer to help rebuild, and they put you to work as much as possible, and you do some pretty solid work. You are able to help out quite significantly, and there's a lot of work that got done that would not have been able to get done as quickly or as well without your help. So you definitely made a difference to a lot of people there.
Nice.
At the end of your week, as you are making your way back to Belbin's place, after where you guys have been staying, after a long day of helping rebuild actually the bridge that crosses from one side of the town to the other across the Morin River Run. That bridge is now fully rebuilt thanks to you. As you're making your way back, you feel something in the world shift, something change. And you look around, and the people around you who have been walking, like on the street, walking around, have completely frozen in place. The world itself has seemed to stop. In the distance, you hear a sound. As a huge bird, white, flecked with rainbow in different places, swoops over you and lands in front of you. Astride atop its back is a small old man, a wizened old geezer wearing a very flamboyant shirt and tunic, as well as some very poofy leggings. Long pointed ears curl back as he pulls a scroll from his side and reads to you thus. As you adventure, a gift comes your way as the one who bore you ages another day. Have a laugh, have a cry, and try not to die, but what I bring you should help you get by. Closes it, tosses you a small, about the size of a backpack, a leather satchel, and then takes off in the large rock. The funfetti rock takes off into the air, swooping into the moonlight. And as you look back down, the world resumes around you. Happy birthday, Erica.
Thanks.
Birthday's on the 7th.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
A birthday.
That's my brother's
thank
Your
birthday.
you.
poem was
Seven,
much more
seven.
hopeful and nice than Scylla's was. Mine was like, you suck and I hated you.
Is it
He
a
was
bag of
feeling
holding?
snarky that day. He was feeling snarky that day. But yeah, you see before you a bag of holding. And
that's so nice.
sticking out of one of the side pockets is a letter.
We just got
I grab it and I open it up and I read it.
Would you like me to send it to you privately, or would you like me to read it to you? Or would you like to read it out yourself? It's up to you.
Ooh, can you read it?
Yeah, sure. I'd love to.
Okay.
All right.
many options.
Yvain, it's absolutely insane to hear from you right now. Not only to hear everything you told me, but just the timing. I was trying to decide whether or not to write to you when I received your letter, and it seems as though the gods have decided for me. Yvain, you really need to get back to Iman whenever you can. Things have gotten absolutely insane. Ulfric sold ECW to Spiraling Formythe to pay off his debts, even though they kept him on as their main promoter. So now my quote-unquote employers have full control over all the cash going in and out of ECW. Not only that, but your cousin Theo showed up. Your cousin, you remember, your cousin Theo is your mother's sister's son.
Okay.
He is he's younger than you are. In his early 20s, late teens last you saw him, but must be in his early 20s now. He's just a little version of Milo, basically. He's just a hard-headed fucking
shit.
thrill-seeking motherfucker. And Milo, you and Milo are his heroes. He always wanted to hang out with you. He was your annoying little cousin but that was always getting his scraps in his lessons and fighting other kids and all this stuff. He's a mini version of Milo with a little bit of you mixed in there.
Okay.
So, but your cousin Theo showed up. I can't get into it too much. I can't get into too much detail in letters, but you should just know Ulfric got his hooks into him. I tried to warn him, but he didn't listen. His reputation is starting to rival yours now, or some people say so at least. Maddie and I are trying to keep an eye on him, I promise, but you really need to talk to him. He'd listen to you. You're like his hero. Anyway, I'm glad you're safe, if you can call what you said in your letter safe. 11 fingers? Are you seriously? I'm not going to lie. I'm actually very interested in the implications of an extra digit. But that other stuff, lost time, mountaintops, mysterious organizations, did we switch lives or something? Of course, I'll look into this Whitmore guy, and I'll poke around about the castle and any organizations linking to it as well. And don't worry about payment. You're my friend. And the shit you're telling me about, I don't like it one bit. But look, more importantly, I don't care about lies. Half my fucking life is lies. I'm used to it by now. I know you will always come clean when it counts. I trust you with my life, doll. So it's okay. I know you. You have a fire inside you that can't just be extinguished on a whim. It's something you're going to have to learn to exist with and control. But it's part of the reason I love you so much. You always burn brighter than anything else. I miss you, Evie. A lot. Don't forget, you still owe me dinner from when you left town last time. Come back soon. Please. All my love, Lise.
She folds it up really carefully. She gives it a little kiss, and then she puts it in the bag. But she is anybody else who would come across her within like the next hour or so would see that her demeanor is completely changed. Like she muscles tense, extremely on edge, very quiet.
Okay. You make your way back to Belbin's place. Guys, if you'd like to, you can make an insight check as Yvain gets home.
Let's do it.
And Yvain, if you're trying to hide it, you can make a deception check, but if not. Okay. 15.
I have
I don't
all
think
of
she
my
could
dice.
hide it. I don't really think she could hide it.
Okay.
Inside is 13.
I'd say with a 13 and a 15 to you both, if she can't really hide it, it's plain to you both that there's something's happened. There's something different with Yvain. She's troubled. There's something going on.
Oh, Yvain, halfling door. Careful on it.
Yeah.
You
Sorry.
all right?
I've got some trouble back. It's Imon, place that I called home for a very long time. My cousin's in some trouble with some people I used to run with, and I've got to get back to the city at some point soon. Real soon.
Is there something we can do to help?
Nothing immediately, but if we could stop by the city at some point, I would be very grateful. That is if you
I
want
don't
to come
mind the
with
road
me.
trip. I don't mind
I-
the road trip. Belle, have you had enough of home so far?
I got out of this place because it's boring as shit. So
I didn't want to say it. You know, you don't want
Yeah.
it to.
love
so.
you, Ma. But now I'm ready to go. My dad is feeling top notch, which means my dad is back to being the asshole he's always been. I love him for it, but I'm ready to get a little distance from it again.
And I mean, that castle for the guy can move, so we don't really need to stay here.
Yeah, teleporting Castleman can figure shit out, and
Exactly.
Well,
That's their problem.
As you are having this conversation, we're going to flash back real quick. Belle, what did you do with your week?
day
The bender was on day 3.
right. I'm just trying to gauge how motivated I am.
Roll a dice.
Did not very. It's an 8. So day 2, because day 1 was fuck it. We had eggs and then we slept all day. So day 2, I would have headed to the south side of the city to go to this temple with to try and find this man that I have heard my dad talk about a couple of times, even though my mom thinks that he's full of shit. Just to ask him about magic
Right.
and how the fuck it works.
Okay. Do you wanna play that out? Let's do that.
Sure,
All right.
sounds good.
So, you are you doing this? Are you bringing anyone with you, or are you going solo?
I'll just go down.
Okay. So, yeah, you let everyone know you're heading off for the day. You make your way through town down to the south side, where there is a small church-like temple to the Storm Lord. There is a statue of Cord, the Storm Lord, with carrying his hammer, and it is atop a small building, pretty modest. The doors are open, unlocked, and free. Anyone and everyone is free to enter at all times. The doors are never locked.
Mhm.
So you head inside.
Walk up. Hello, Mr. Stormlord. Van.
You see, as you poke your head inside, you see a large figure standing in the center of what looks there are several pews and then a small stage at the front with a sort of with a lectern there. You see standing at the lectern, kind of looks like he's reading through some notes or a book or a manuscript of some kind. You see a large Goliath figure. You see standing about 8 feet tall. He's a little portly, but still he's got some muscle to him. Completely bald head. Similar tattoos actually to Yvain. Kind of going over his head and down into his back, which is his chest is covered in a sort of vestment robe with signifiers of the Stormlord on it. And he looks up and he kind of takes a small set of spectacles off of a very broad, large nose and says, "Ah, welcome, my son. My name is Cleric Ugunutha. You may call me Gaurok. How may the Stormlord assist you today?"
I don't know. I guess I'm more here to talk to you than him.
Oh, well, that's not a problem. Come, sit. And he sets aside his spectacles and he takes one large hand and pulls up an entire pew. And
big man. All right.
says, "Oh, come, sit here." And he sits himself down gently.
Mm-hmm.
What is your name, my boy?
Belbin Elderbury. Nice to meet you.
Belbin Elderbury,
Mr.
or
Gowrock,
Phineas's
sir.
boy.
Yep, that's me. Yep, he speaks highly of you, highly enough for somewhere where he goes to pray away the storms. So, you know.
I hear your mother is a bit skeptical.
Yeah. She's
Thinks
more
it's a load
of a
horse shit, is I believe the way your father put it.
Yeah, that sounds like that. She's a little bit more grounded a lot of the time, maybe, but also not. They've got a weird dynamic. It really works for him though, so we're just gonna kind of gloss over that point in fact
Followers
here.
of the Stormlord tend to have our heads in the clouds.
Sure, I see what you did there.
Now,
Anyway, so
yes, you said you had questions for me.
right. So I've got this thing, right? And I don't really understand it. I was hoping maybe you could figure it out. It's always been a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, mage hand, a little bit of that, point back towards the open door and shoot a sacred flame at it. Right. Surprising. really caught me off guard the first couple
Not-
times it happened.
Not quite surprising, but are you not a cleric of the storm? If you're not a cleric of the Storm Lord, what deity do you are you beholden to?
Is there a pie deity?
Not to my knowledge.
Then I guess no one, which is
Right.
part of the problem. Well, problem's a stretch. Anyway, so I'm really here because I've been able to do these things for a little while now. You know, can help make people feel a little better. Blah 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 blah. You might have heard there was kind of a whole thing that went down in the cave, and
I
think
did. That was you.
yeah, I've
Right.
never done that before at all. Again, like cuts, scrapes, bruises, stab wounds. That's more my speed, not holding on to the tethers of life and bringing children back from the brink of death.
Bringing
really my-
children back from the brink of death, you say?
Yeah, some crazy sort of extra planar voice told me, it went on some long narrative about me reaching down and down and down to grab at the final tether of life to haul it back up to the surface and all that. Then I had this weird dream where a different extra planar voice was like, I'm very proud of you. Good work. You did a great job. I knew you could do it. And so,
An extra planar voice.
yeah, the first one, I don't know. It was weird. It sounded like it was coming through some sort of radio or something like that. The other one was like all in my head.
What did the first voice say again?
Something about it really just dragged this 1 second out into like a very long, like probably 5 minute long thing where I dove down and down and down and down and reached for the final tether of life. I could feel it slipping away from me. This has been making a joke about Mac narrating, and then pulling it back up. Really kind of more of a passing thing, even though it felt like a much longer bit. The second one felt a little bit more real. So
I see. How long has this been presenting itself?
which bit? The saving children's lives thing, or like the whole thing?
When did these abilities first manifest?
That's a good question.
Does
How long have you been in town?
Oh, I've been here for nigh on 6 decades now.
Right, so you were around then. Hard to remember if it happened before, but after my excursion at the lake, it really sort of kicked itself into gear. That was now 10, 12 years ago, a little more.
I remember your father coming to me after that night. He was quite worried about you. You
Yeah.
disappeared for quite a while.
Yeah. So definitely after that, probably closer to 12 years.
You do remember the first time your powers manifested was when you were busking on the street and a cart went off the
Yeah.
rails. But that's interesting. Tell me, you said you showed me a bit of what you can do. That flame is something I also have access to by benefit of the Storm Lord. Tell me, are you able to cure and heal?
Sure. Why,
Really?
you have a problem that you need me to look at?
Show me. And he pulls a small kind of blade, a small like what looks to be a blade from his hand. Don't worry. He takes it and he makes like a small cut on his hand. It doesn't even flinch really. Just here.
You're a horrifying person. And I
Sure.
reach out and cast Cure Wounds on him.
He takes your hand as you cast it and studies the resulting spell. Interesting. All right. Let me see. Are you able to do anything like this? And he casts Shield of Faith, which for him pops up as a roiling sort of storm cloud that circles him and shields him, and you as well. Something defensive.
Sure. Try and punch me in the face.
All right, and he goes for a punch. Make
Uh,
a wisdom
Yeah,
save.
wisdom save 15. This is gonna hurt me.
With a natural 20. He breaks through and stops a centimeter before your nose and says, I see it did not work, but I recognize the incantation.
I don't like this game anymore.
All right. No more spells. You have access to magics that are divine in nature. Yet you say you have not beholden yourself to any god, eh?
I don't think so.
Would
Gods don't
you-
walk down the street and make deals with you and you're really, really drunk, right?
Will you meditate with me for a moment? Perhaps I can guide you deeper into yourself to better understand what is happening.
We have to do it, meditate. We can't like go get a snack or something and just sit. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we can do that. All right.
Right. Come with me. And he leads you into a small antechamber off of the temple. There is a large stained glass window of the Stormlord that shines in with a bright sunlight, painting the room in dark blues and reds and greens. There is a small, what looks to be like a pot of some kind made of brass in the center of the room, and it's emitting a soft vaporous smoke with that smells very intoxicating. And as you walk in, you kind of feel yourself, ooh, that's a nice, it's kind of a relaxing, kind of a wonky feeling. But he gestures for you to sit down on one side of the little thing, of the little brass object, and he
If it smells like this when you make yourself a whole mood, Edie, I very much might have done this a few times then.
The incense is to open one's mind, to explore
alright.
deeper.
Sure.
He sits across from you. Right. Sit thus, and he shows you a position to sit on your knees with you're kind of sitting on the back of your ankles and on the back of your heels, and
Mhm.
have your hands in at your on the tops of your thighs. If you've ever done any Japanese theater training, it's called sitting seiza.
Yeah, yes, it is. Yep.
Oh, you know it? Have
Mac.
you ever done? Okay,
Mac,
good.
come
good,
on now.
Good. So yeah, so you know what your knees and thighs are in for.
Yes, I do. I'm upset.
Yeah. So yeah, he has you sit seiza, and he says, "Now, close your eyes, breathe deeply, and try to dive within." And as he says within, you hear a thunderous sort of rumble as the room around you darkens. You close your eyes, and I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Jesus. Okay. We're gonna use the inspiration on that one, I feel like.
Okay.
Because that's a 2. That's a 14.
Okay. You close your eyes, you breathe deeply. You try to clear your mind, and you try to think. You dive deep into yourself, a deep blackness of shadow and memory. You find a bright light in your childhood, days before the lake, holding hands with a friend, playing games in the street, spending time speaking with a girl. Happy times. And then you see flashes. You see flashes of the lake, still and dark in the night. A strange yet familiar female face and voice, laughing and smiling. Water, thrashing, flurries of bubbles all in flashes, a small hand reaching out, a small hand reaching out to you. Darkness. And then a mote of bright, white, ethereal light. A speck, a mote of bright glowing in the darkness. It drifts toward you and enters your chest, filling your body with that light and warmth. A final flash of a slender figure, white and fuzzy, and then the meditation breaks.
Didn't like that.
You are kind of sitting back, trying to catch your breath.
The fuck do you do to my legs? Holy shit.
That is simply a side effect of extended motion of extended sitting. Are you all right, Belbin?
I guess so.
What?
Define all right.
What did you see? Was there anything to be seen? What did you see?
I mean, memory. A couple days before the lake, day before the lake, lake. Light, eventually? Like, light, no light. Bright light, all of a sudden, vague figure. Pain in legs.
Huh.
And we're caught up to current with that one.
Gaurok stands and begins to pace around the room, stroking at his chin, thinking. His humming like a distant rumbling of thunder deep in his chest. You hold this power, this undisputably arcane power, or undisputably divine, I should say, power.
Thank you.
And yet, more arcane than should be. And you have not beholden yourself to a deity to receive these gifts. At least,
you.
not consciously. Perhaps in a moment of desperation and danger, perhaps a deity took pity on you and granted you these abilities. Perhaps these abilities are what allowed you to survive. Have you had any other visions of figures or any allusions to other deities?
No. I don't think so.
Interesting. And it is strange, too. When we were bonded in the meditation, I could see your magic. It is something many clerics have the ability to do. We are able to see the divine power that one would emit. Yours is different. Difficult to describe. Almost as if this will be an odd This will be an odd way to describe it, but I cannot think of a better one. It is almost as if it smells of divine magic, of divine gifted magic from a deity, but the taste is more arcane in nature.
Right. I mean, we said we were going to go to the bath soon. It's coming like tomorrow or the next day. I'm really sorry about the whole smell thing. I know the way it gets when you can taste things in the air, but...
No. I just mean there is something divine about your abilities. But divine is not at the core of them. It is complicated. Your abilities are divine, but they are not a divine gift.
Thank you.
I wish I could provide more of an insight. I am simply an old man making guesses and hypotheses. I will pray to the Stormlord for guidance, but beyond that, I cannot offer you anything else. I am sorry.
Well, it's all right. Pretty much same spot we were before. Not really. You had a couple of things there that I think might make sense.
You know, somewhere in the Parchwoods, I believe, somewhere along the among the hills and mountains of Taldore are tribes of druids. Their magic, while divine, does not come as gifts from divine beings, more of a natural progression, something natural that develops. Perhaps they could provide more insight on your specific abilities.
Are you saying I'm going to be able to turn into a bear?
I am not. I could not speak to that.
I have a friend who can turn into a shark. Can I turn into a shark as well?
I have no idea, honestly.
No idea on shark. No idea on bear. Horse, cat, rabbit,
animals,
mouse.
I am really not quite well read in the abilities of. This is all a very strange kind of situation to be in. I apologize. I feel as if I have reached the end of my line here.
Right. Well, thank you. I'm going to go see if I can't turn myself into a cat. I appreciate all of your time, and I will see you. I don't know when I'll see you.
Right. Good luck, young elderberry. I shall pray on your troubles.
Yep, thank you. Already walking out the door. I'm going to throw, I don't know, I'm going to slap 3 gold on the pew as I walk out.
In the collection plate.
No, just on the pew. I don't know how church works.
Thank you for your donation to the...
Sure thing. Thank you for your time.
Stormlord. What a strange little boy.
Crazy old man. All right. Bird. Then from there, I'm really just going to not go back to him because I feel like I have gone through all of his stuff. I will make regular stops at Auntie's to give her updates, more
She
Ask her-
has a hand-drawn poster of you
Amazing.
up on the wall
Amazing.
entitled "The Hero of Drina."
Amazing.
Now, son, I'm gonna now, Belle, I'm gonna need you to autograph this. I'm gonna need you to sign
Auntie,
this right
sure
here.
thing. Here you go. Right.
Oh,
You want it? You want it right there?
oh, just right there. It's just in the corner. It's fine. Here, do you need help? Do you need me to lift you up?
No, it's just a little bit weird because the way you've got me drawn on there, that's like, it's like on my rib. I just thought maybe you'd want it off my body somewhere, but sure,
You know
right
what?
here,
You
wherever
sign
you
it.
want.
You sign it wherever you want. You're the artist. You're the star.
You're the artist.
All right.
All right. Anyway,
But yeah, she is absolutely taken with all of your accomplishments. She fawns on you and is just so excited. And she actually has a gift for you as well.
Oh, God.
She has a potion of ogre's strength for you. I whipped this up with some of the blood that you got for me. So,
There's blood in this?
oh, just the essence. Don't be a baby. Come on, you've dealt with tougher. You tackled the motherfucker who bled for this, okay?
Yeah, but it didn't get my mouth.
Well, if you want to be strong like him for a while, have some of this. And she
So I keep you vein around. All right.
she
Thank you.
plops
Thank
it
you,
into your
Auntie.
hand and wraps you up. So yeah, go ahead and put down. I think it's a potion of giant strength or ogre strength. Like I don't know if there's a difference.
I will find out.
Yeah,
Whatever the one that sets it to 19, I'm assuming.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, if there's anything else that you wanted to get done in this week,
There is exactly one other thing, and it is on day 5. I realize we have not cashed in. I will go find the people that have pie for me, and then that is my week.
okay.
Get the pie.
Uh,
Can Scylla do one more thing before we
course.
end our week?
Absolutely.
I want to go visit my son.
Little Billy. Of course. Yeah. Yeah, he is playing around in the sticks right where he usually is. Just he is actually arm in arm with Timmy Rogers and Jason, the other little boy,
Perfect.
who are
Perfect.
both
Perfect.
just up and chipper as all can be. Timmy looks a little rough. He's a little roughed up. He's a little like hollow-eyed, and but he's got a bit of a limp to him. He's still kind of bandaged up, but he's looking much better.
Yeah, Scylla spends like probably like a whole day just like hanging out with them, like making sure that they're all right, walking around.
They show you all of their secret hideouts all along the river. They Billy's bear, owlbear doll, Glowson, who is still gently glowing, has never leaves his side. And you see Billy is the confident and kind leader of his little crew. He has an entire little crew of friends, and he is their guiding light. He really is their charismatic and friendly leader. He helps. He tries to make sure everyone's okay. He's always making sure people are you guys climb over some big rocks to get to one of their hideouts, and he's always right behind everyone, making sure that you're there usually trying to help the kids up, but he's there first, kind of thing. Like he's just used to taking care of his friends, and you get the feeling you might have had a very kind of big inspiration on this kid.
I made another mom friend.
Yep.
As the mom friend
But yeah,
episode.
you guys, they show you this method of wrapping gems and stones into bracelets, and they show you how to take little threads from clothing or just things that you find around and get pretty rocks and weave them into bracelets. And they each make you one, Billy, Jason, and and Tim all each make you a rock bracelet, and they show
So
you
it never takes them off.
how
Never takes them off.
they show you how to make them too. So if you'd like to make any
Yeah.
for them, you absolutely can.
Oh my god, she's 100% will.
Okay, yeah. So all three
Um,
of you, all four of you, kind of like say like, we're gonna be best friends forever, okay? Just like you guys make
Okay.
a pact.
And then as we make the pact, Scylla will like cast light on our hands as we're making the pact, so it like looks like it's like
It
really
gl-
serious, you
It
know?
goes, oh my god, we're really gonna be best friends forever. And like you see Billy look up at you and smile, kind of wink at you, like very slyly.
Who knows? And I'm going to get Billy to first of all tell me if he knows the name of the person that like runs the sticks or like the area that they're in.
Mhm.
And then we'll ask Billy to, when the day finishes, to singularly walk everyone home with her. And whenever they get home, she's going to hand each of them a little satchel and say, "This is for your parents. Make sure it gets to them, okay?" And
Okay, yeah.
inside each satchel is 100 gold for each of them. And after she gives, and there's a little note inside that says "for a better life," in each of them. And after dropping everyone off and finding out if Billy knows the name of the person that uh, that like runs the whole area, she's going to head to them and
He tells you that his auntie Kimiko is basically the one in charge of everyone. Like she kind of speaks for everyone when it comes to community matters. At least that's how it looks to him. He's like 11, so like like he's just like he knows that whenever anything big happens, everyone's always wondering what Auntie Kimiko's gonna have to
Okay.
say.
um
And everyone calls her Auntie Kimiko.
okay, she gives Billy a big hug.
He gives you a big old squeeze back.
This is not goodbye forever, okay? I'm going to see you again. I promise.
Promise.
I promise. I promise.
Okay.
Okay. Now you take care of your friends. You're already doing it. I know. But
I want to
you look after them, okay?
I want to be able to do the stuff that you do when I'm older. So I thought, you just like take care of everybody, and like you don't even know us. I want to do that.
I grew up kind of in your situation, so I understand that sometimes people need help, and if no one else is gonna do it if you don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Thanks, Scylla.
I know you know, of course.
And gives you just another huge hug around
Okay.
the waist.
Yeah.
And then he runs back inside.
Yeah. Make sure he has his satchel.
Yeah.
Give that to your
Absolutely.
parents. And she goes off to find his aunt.
You are able to track down Auntie Kimiko. She is she has the vibe of a gang boss in a way. She has guards all around her tent. You have to get through quite a bit, but bringing up Billy and his mother's name do kind of get you a little bit of sway. And also they know that you're the reason that a prospector didn't get blamed for what happened. So you do gain an audience with the representative of the Sticks. She is a tabaxi woman, dark black fur, yellow cat's eyes, and very slender figure, but tough and with a very, very, very sly, keen eye. And she says, "So I hear you are asking about something in the Sticks, eh? But how can I help you with?"
Um, my friends and I have spent a good amount of time around here, and I've talked to a lot of people. And I feel like I just want to leave this place better than I found it. And I know the people down here deserve a better shake than what they have gotten. And I realize I can only do so much. But I feel like this community deserves more than how it's being treated. And Scylla's going to hand another satchel to her, except this one is significantly larger and it has 500 gold in it. And this is for your community. You have some bright stars here.
She like peeks in. She like peeks in and raises her eyebrows. Looks back at you. Contributions like this are welcome. But I know they do not come free.
I do not want anything. I want you to take care of these people. I want you to make sure they're all right and that they prosper. That's all I want.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Sure.
Ask for pie.
Okay, what is Scylla's persuasion? Okay. 19.
She stares at you, just kind of drinking you in, and just almost like you see her piercing yellow eyes, cat's eyes, just staring through you. She smiles. A good heart is rare to find in places such as this. I shall make sure to put this to good use. Thank you,
Scylla.
Scylla. Call me Auntie Kimiko. If there's anything you ever need, the sticks are at your disposal.
I trust that you will do your best.
Of course,
Billy trusts you, so of course has the best judgment.
he is a good boy.
Yes.
A little bit of a troublemaker, but all the best ones are.
I think he's getting better.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, you have made some very powerful friends tonight.
And I'm down 800 gold.
Yeah, fucking A, dude. You changed some lives.
Lolo
I
wow.
wasn't gonna-
800 gold.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you didn't have inspiration already, you got it now.
Hey, I got my cool magic item. I don't need to buy anything
more
right now.
for that. I feel like you deserve more for that. Jesus. Okay. Fuck. Right. Well, the week comes to a close. You all have sent out letters. You've gotten things. Yvain, did you tell them about your little birthday present that you picked up?
Oh, yeah. So, I don't know if I had a fucking fever dream or something, but a bird, like a colorful bird, brought me this. And I
You
showed
saw
them-
the bird too?
Holy shit! So it wasn't. I'm not losing my mind. There's like a bird that brings you things.
It looks weird. Was there a little man driving the
Yes. Holy shit!
bird? I thought I had hallucinated.
So a bird gave you a backpack.
No, it's really cool. Like she sticks her whole arm inside of it and then pulls it out. It can hold
All right,
Bag
well-
of fisting.
This is gonna happen before too long. Put me in it.
No, I don't like that idea. I don't know.
You threw me within 14 minutes of meeting me. Put me in the damn bag.
Mm,
I feel like you could die in there. What if there's no oxygen?
Yeah, that's a solid no from me.
What's an oxygen?
I also
Air.
probably don't know what oxygen is. Air.
At this point, you
Alright,
guys are all
fine.
sitting around Belbin's kitchen table. The kitchen window bangs open with a loud crash, and floating through the window is a letter, a piece of folded
You
parchment,
just gotta. You just gotta-
and it comes to rest on the table in between all of you. And on the top of the letter is a large W.
This guy.
Hmm.
Okay, who's going to touch it?
No,
Wait.
James.
We're going to Amon, yeah?
I mean, sooner
Yes.
rather than later.
Regardless of what the letter says, we're going to Amon.
Oh.
Agreed.
Unless the letter
I
says,
mean-
hey, I'll fix all of your problems right here, right now. Just do this thing for me.
Yes.
I need to go to Amon. I do, at the very least.
Right. And I'll get squished if you're not here. So
You don't want to spend nice quality time with me, Philbin?
you're still terrifying. I don't think we're going to fix that anytime soon.
I don't think it's going to fix it all, unfortunately.
Point being, the Hydra almost ate me. Sorry, Mom. Almost ate me. Definitely almost ate you. Yvain was too big to be eaten. Need something that's going to give something bad stomach problems if it tries to eat her. So,
Right.
I fucking pick up the letter and open it.
All right. It is a familiar handwriting. And it is another invitation to Castle Cardon Ecor Emel. It does say that there is another job for you all, but that this one might require a bit more finesse. Oh, we lost Alex again. There they are. This job.
I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
okay. This job might require a bit more finesse, and the master wishes to judge your ability in a less combative situation. He bids you come to the castle post haste to receive more details.
again, with the fucking post haste thing, it's just
It doesn't make
in
any
a
sense.
normal amount of time. Okay.
So,
It's a common Exandrian phrase, okay?
would you prefer that I say with haste from now on?
Yes, with haste. With all due haste, please come to the castle.
Move your asses.
Do any of you remember how we're supposed to get to the castle?
You just walk through the woods until you can't walk through the woods anymore because there's a castle in the way.
Those are certainly
There are
directions,
coordinates. There are
Philbin.
this. They are the same coordinates from your invitation last time at the
Oh,
bottom.
good.
So you would at least assume it's in the same spot.
Do we go check and then,
I mean, yeah, it's closer than Amon.
push through?
I mean, reality is too that technically, we kind of have to go kind of that way to get out of here at all to head down the road. Like it's off the road because it's in the woods, but we could stay on the road for a while.
It's
and then
also
go, like-
north, and Iman is south.
Yeah, but the road leading out of here is like straight west, and then it heads north.
Oh shit, does it?
Yeah, like we got to
Oh,
go
yeah.
up to the church field and then down to Western before we can even kind of get out of this area.
Geography.
And
I
then
mean,
Amman
yeah,
is
we
on
go-
the other side of the continent.
We listen to what he has to say. Maybe we do quick jobs on the way to the city. We don't.
What if we could trade instead of money, because we're loaded and we don't need money, presumably. What if we could trade cash for whatever job he wants, assuming the job takes like 3 days? That's what the last one took. Trade cash for instant transport because he can teleport a whole fucking castle.
I mean, we could just, if we did the job, then we could just be like, this is the payment we want. We don't want money. We just
That's
want.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
oh, I understand. All right.
Yeah, no, just be like, hey, we don't want you to give us cash. Instead, we want you to teleport us across the continent.
We could have like a little cash and then teleport across the continent.
What have you spent money on? I have more money than I am in weight.
Well, with that, as you guys discuss this, I think we are going to come to a close tonight. A little bit of foreshadowing ahead of time. The mission he is offering you does actually take you towards Iman. So, if that is something you guys would consider. But that is where...
And then like a fun place to go from Amman would be to Rexentrum, and then we can go to a wedding.
I
That
can
is
probably
way
yeah, I
back
will also
across.
probably say at some point as you guys are traveling up towards a little last bit as you guys are traveling up towards the castle, Scylla, you hear a voice in your head. It's Tally. He is crazy excited. He has found some way to cast message to you or cast or whatever it is.
Sending.
Sending. He has found a way to cast sending to you. And he is. She said yes! 2 months! Nicodranus! Be there!
Yo, yes, let's go.
I knew she would, Porter. I will be there.
And that's all you hear. Like, he's just like, doesn't have time for words, seems very distracted. But
I assume the rest of the words was just yelling.
yeah. He's just,
Ah!
yeah. But yep, that is where we will close it tonight. I'm going to stop the recording for the time being. So everyone, say goodbye to YouTube. Bye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.